Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I'm going to be doing my update to the Panless Eyeshadows Project Pan. If you're familiar with this project, you will know that the creator is Alexi, and I will link her channel down below. I have some pretty exciting updates for you today, so let's just get started. First, let's talk about my focus palette. I was focusing on the ColourPop That's Taupe palette for January and February. Here's a picture of it from last month. I was pretty happy with my progress. I did hit one pan last month, and I'm very happy to share that I've hit 2 more pans. As you can see, I hit pan in this top shade called Boa, and also this shade in the bottom corner called Rock Steady. In this top shade, I used it 12 more times to hit pan with a total of 32 uses. This middle shade, I've used 6 more times with a total of 16 uses. This Super Shock shade, I used 10 more times with a total of 24 uses. This middle shade, I used 7 more times with a total of 18 uses. I did not use this shade at all this month. This bottom corner shade, I used 10 more times to hit pan, and that's a total of 21 uses. I did not use this shade at all this month. And this dark shade I used 4 times with a total of 14 uses. So I'm very happy with the use I've gotten on this palette. If you've been following along, I rolled this in January untouched. It was brand new. It's definitely not looking brand new anymore, which I'm very happy about. I think my original goal was to hit pan on half of the shadows in this palette, but I'm very happy with the use I have on it, and I'm getting a little bored. So I will be rolling in a new palette, which is really exciting. Let's get this one out of the way. This is the shade Mooning. This is a Super Shock, and I only use this once this month. If you recall, last month it was very dry. I was gonna give up on it, but I decided to attempt to revive it with some Durline. Well, that didn't really help, so I am gonna declutter this. It is just not performing very well. Let me swatch it. Here it is on my finger. It looks fine. And there it is on my hand. It's just super patchy, super dried out. It's just not usable. Sad that I didn't get use out of it much, but what are you gonna do? The other Super Shock shadow in this project is Kathleen Lights. And I was able to use this 5 times this month, which I'm pretty happy about. Here's a look at the shadow from last month. There's a little wear on there, but no pan. And then I wanted to share this look with you where I put it all over my lid. I really enjoyed how that looked, and that is how I use this for, I think, all of the 5 uses. So I have a total of 10 uses on this, and I have hit pan. As you can see, there we go. This guy is still really creamy. Works great. Let me give you a swatchy swatch. Here it is on my hand. And so that shadow will be rolling out as well. Next is a shadow that I wasn't super excited about. It comes from my Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder palette. Here's what it looks like before. Last month I only used it 2 times, which was pretty disappointing. But I also have another black in this project, and they wear the same on me, so it's hard to use both at the same time. I only use this as like a shadow liner, and I was able to get 12 more uses on this, so I'm very happy about that. My goal is 20 uses. I only have 6 more to go. This is what the shadow is looking like. It's this, oh, focus. It's that beautiful purple shade in the top row called Black Matter. As you can see, there is quite a bit of a dip in there now, which I'm really happy about. And it does look purple here, but it does not translate like that on my eyes. And it's a little too dark for me to wear all over my lid right now. Here's a swatch. But I have no doubt that I will reach my goal next month, so that will be an exciting update as well. The second to last shade in this project is from my Morphe 9T palette, and it is the black that I was referring to before. This is what the shadow was looking like last month after 12 uses. I exclusively use this shade as a liner, so there's a very exact dip where you can see where I'm working on it. I've used this 7 times this month with a total of 19. And as you can see here, I have hit pan. This is really exciting for me because I have, oh, here's a ring light. I have pan in these shades over here. So now I have a total of 3 pans in this palette, which just makes me so happy to get more use out of it. And so I will be rolling this out. I was trying to do that whole thing where, you know, you swatch the shadows rolling out on this hand, but you swatch the shadows staying in on this hand. Well, I totally failed. This shadow is rolling out as well as these. Okay. The last eyeshadow I was working on this past month is a Makeup Geek single shadow in the shade Vintage. This is what it looked like last month. After only 2 uses, I felt like it was kind of competing with my That's Taupe palette from ColourPop because they're both very cool toned. I felt like there were similar shades in the ColourPop palette that I was using over this shade, but I did use it 5 more times this month with a total of 7 uses. And this is what it is looking like. You can see there is somewhere, and my goal is to hit pan, so we are quite far from that, I would say. So these are the shades rolling out of this project, as well as my That's Taupe palette. And then if you just ignore this shade here, these are the shades that are staying in. I'm going to roll for my Focus palette first, so that if I roll a randomly selected shade from that palette, I can re-roll and pick something else. I currently have 24 eyeshadow palettes in my collection, but I recently acquired 3 more through purchasing, and I attempted to film a vlog, and I included that little haul in that vlog, but I ended up not posting it for many different factors. So in my mind, I shared those palettes, like those purchases, but I didn't actually post it, so I didn't share. So let me know if you want to see a haul or if you care, but I'm not going to include those brand new palettes in the roll. So that's my whole point. Long story short, I'm gonna pull up the Pretty Random app on my phone. Can you even see that? I don't know. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna put in 1 through 24, and we will see what I get. 16. 16. Okay, that's okay. So that is my Tori Bell Space Out palette. That is a palette full of metallics and like shimmer shades. I think I know I've mentioned these in like some of my original makeup videos. I was a Tori Bell affiliate. I'm no longer. My sister is a Tori Bell affiliate and she's very like successful. So I would rather focus my time on other things, but I still really enjoy the makeup and I use it, and you know, I kept it in my collection and I really like it. So I'm excited to get some use out of that palette. It is a 6 shade eyeshadow palette. I don't know what my goal will be. I think my goal will be, why is it so hard? I don't know. I'm gonna wait to say my goals until I bring like the palette and all the other shades out. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So now I'm going to go to my eyeshadow spreadsheet. And this is where I have every single shade in my collection listed individually. I have 228 individual shades. If I roll a shade that I already have pan in, I will re-roll. And if I get two shades that are too similar, I will re-roll. So I'm gonna roll 3 different numbers, 1 through 228. Got 48. 48 comes from my ColourPop Making Mauves palette. It's the shade Tongue Tied, which I have never used that palette, so I'm so excited to roll that in. The next number is 193. 193 comes from my Tory Bell All That Shimmer, so I'm gonna re-roll. 171. Oh my gosh. Okay, this comes from my Sigma Cinderella palette, which I literally only used a couple of times. A little nervous because I know there's some deep shades in there. And then the last is 196, which is from my Tory Bell Flat Earth palette. I think that's okay, having two Tory Bell eyeshadow palettes in here. And the Flat Earth is made to go with the Space Out palette, so I think it's gonna be great. 196, this shade is the shade Terracotta. So let me go grab all of these shadows and I will be right back. Okay, I have the palettes here. I have not looked into them. So let's start off with my Focus palette, which is the Tory Bell Space Out. So this is what the palette looks like, but this is a really like fall Focus palette. Am I allowed? I don't want to work on this right now. So, was it Shanrell? Somebody. I think it's Shanrell. She does her Focus palettes based on the season, based on the color stories. And I kind of want to do that. Looking at this, like I know that I won't want to reach for it. It's late winter going into spring makeup. I want to use color, and this is just dark. Dark, dark, dark. Let me look at this Making Mauves palette. Oh, the easiest color ever. Okay. Okay, I think I'm just making it to, I was trying to beat the system, change the rules. And I'm looking at these shades and I'm just like, none of them go together. I'm nervous, but I'm just gonna do it. That's the whole point of this project, is to randomize. But I think I wanna change it for next month, but I need to really think about it and I don't have time to think about it right now. So let me just show you the shades. So you already saw the Space Out. Let's just show you what just happened. Lovely. Okay, that was unexpected. The shade in my Flat Earth palette was Terracotta. And it is this warm toned orangey brown, which I think will be really easy to use. My goal is to hit pan on this. I have no idea how long it's going to take. We'll see about that. And then my Cinderella, I think I got the 12th shade. Number 171. Oh, it's the 11th shade. So here's the palette. Here's the palette. Starting from the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I was hoping for spring colors, and this is definitely a spring color. This is beautiful. I think my goal will be to use it 20 times. Of course, if I hit pan before then that's a different story, but I don't anticipate hitting pan, so 20 times on that. I just swatched all the shades, and I'm a little concerned on how similar these are. Look how gorgeous this blue is. Wow. This is the ColourPop Mickey Mauve's color in the shade Tongue Tied. This is the Terracotta in my Tori Bell Flat Earth palette. And then this is that Makeup Geek single in the shade Vintage. Because I'm already working on this shade from Makeup Geek. This shade from Tori Bell is a little warmer. I feel like it would work with other shades a little differently, but this shade for the Mickey Mauves is too similar. I feel like I need to re-roll for this. Please bear with me. I'm sorry. But let's just re-roll. And we're gonna get number 43. What are you 43? It's ColourPop Mickey Mauves. In the shade R&R, which was the very first shade. And of course, the eyeshadows fell out. Let me just look it up. Look up a picture of it and see if I can tell. It looks like it's the very first. It is the very first light matte shade, which is here. And I think I will roll this in. Let me swatch it. So here it is down here. I'm definitely gonna roll this in. This will work great, so just disregard this guy. Oh my gosh. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I think I said everything I needed to say. If I didn't, editing Stephanie will add it over text. This morning has been chaotic. I woke up like 2 hours early today. I was so set. Things keep happening. I'm late for work. I just need to get this video up, so I really hope you enjoyed seeing my process. Maybe you have run into this before yourself. Yes, so here's my color story again. I think it'll work just fine, and hopefully I can get some good use out of these shadows. If you enjoyed watching, please give this video a thumbs up, or if you just feel like giving me some encouragement right now, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoy makeup and panning content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I see you in the next video.